Hello children, myself Swati Jayant Kokate from Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. Today we are going to continue with civics lesson number 2, that is role of the government in health. In previous two lectures we have seen the meaning of health. Okay, what does actually health mean? Also we have seen healthcare in India. In that many points we have seen about healthcare centers in hospitals, ambulance services, health workers and nurses, laboratories, testings, etc. Also we have seen what is public and private health services. Also we have seen the story of Hakim Sheikh, whether he was treated, what difficulties did he face during his train accident, isn't it? Then also we have seen that what decision was taken by the court, how did he got justice. In this health or healthcare services, we have seen two types. Okay, healthcare services can be categorized into two parts. We have seen public health services and private health facilities. See children, public health services, here it means that it is services, and here private health facilities. Facilities means we get those facilities when we pay more, and here services means it is the people who pay to the government that through taxes, and for these things only this one public pays the money or taxes and they get this private or public health services. So it is called services. Then in public health services we have seen that it is a chain of health centers, okay, and hospitals which are run by government. So excuse me, government is the whole and soul here. It is the decisions of government, and it is role also in rural as well as in urban areas. It runs both in rural as well as urban areas. So at the district level also these district hospitals, supervisors and health services are there. Then we have seen that why this is called public services, because public, it pays through direct and indirect taxes, and the government uses this money for the welfare of the people. So it is called as public health services. Then in today's lecture we are going to see private health facilities. Fine. Then what are private health facilities? Let us come to the point. Okay. There is a wide range of private health facilities that exist in our country. So these private health facilities are more than the public health services, children. A large number of doctors run their own private clinics, means there are doctors, but what they do, they run their, means they practice in their private clinics. In the rural areas one find registered medical practitioners, those are called RMPs, and urban areas have a large number of doctors, many of them providing special services. So these special services are given by these private health doctors. Okay. There are hospitals and nursing homes that are privately owned, means this is not at all seen by or owned by government. There are many laboratories that do tests and offer special facilities such as X-rays, ultrasound, etc. So they also provide not only clinics, okay, they have their own nursing homes, and also they provide many facilities like laboratories to test blood. Also they offer facilities like X-rays, ultrasound, etc. There are also shops from where they have to buy medicines, means many times you have seen that in these private hospitals only, downstairs or side by you can see the shops owned by the hospital itself, and the same means you may get many of the medicines in that particular this clinic, what we call medical shop only of that particular clinic. So what we can say, private health facilities are those which are privately owned and not owned or controlled by the government. A large number of private health facilities exist in our country and many doctors run their own private clinics. Also, as the name suggests, private health facilities are not owned and controlled by the government, as I said you. Unlike the public health service, means not like public health service, in private facilities patients have to pay a lot of money for every services that they use. So, you can see here children, a post-operative room in a leading private hospital in Delhi. So, see, separate bed is provided, separate all things are provided, and everywhere you can see these doctors or the nurses, they are treating very good to these patients. So, we can see that it is very well kept. And what it is? Obviously, you have to pay a lot of money for these services that they use. Today, the presence of private facilities can be seen all around. So, we can see that everywhere only private facilities are being growing. In fact, now there are large companies that run hospitals and some are engaged in manufacturing and selling medicines. So, what happened? To earn more profit, what they are doing, these large companies are there, they only run these hospitals and some are engaged in manufacturing and selling medicines on large quantity. Also, the prices are more as per their wish. Medical shops are found in every corner of the country. You also see in children, everywhere medical shops are there nearby your house. So, we have seen that the difference between private healthcare services and public healthcare services, private healthcare facilities and public health services. Then, what we are going to see here now in the next topic, we are going to see that healthcare and equality, whether is adequate healthcare available to all. Did you find it, children? In the first lesson also we saw, and in the next lesson, that is second lesson, we are seeing that this healthcare services, whether they are available equally to each and everyone, each member of the society? No. So, in India we face a situation, here we can see in India we face a situation where private services are increasing. Okay. So, is it good? Private services are increasing. Increasing means it is good for the treatment, but whether poor people can afford it, that is a big question. But public services are not. So, this is not a good thing. What is then available to people are mainly private services. These are concentrated, means these are concentrated in urban areas. Why? The cost of these services is rather high. Okay, in India we can see that private health services, or they are only increasing and the public health services are not. Then what is the thing? What thing you will find? You will find that there is a discrimination, or you will find that the poor people, they don't go to these private hospitals and they have to wait in a long queue for a long time, isn't it? And also they have to live in this condition, they avoid to go because of these things. Then medicines are also expensive here. Many people can't afford them or have to borrow money, or even at times of illness they have to sell their some of the properties to take the treatment in private hospitals. Some private services encourage incorrect practices to earn more. So, this is profit oriented things. So, at times inexpensive alternatives are there, though available may not be used, isn't it? For example, some medical practitioners, what they do, they prescribe superfluous medicines, injections or salines when simple medication can be sufficient for them, means we don't know what things are there. So internal body we don't know what internal things, so we think that this is necessary for the things for the treatment, and what we do, we expense a lot in these private hospitals. Like this they do the wrong things. So in fact barely 20% of the population can afford all the medicines that they are required during this. So only 20% of the population they can afford this private hospitals. Hence, even for those who one might not think of being poor, medical expenses causes hardship. So it is very hard for them to expense more on these medicines. It was reported in the study that 40% of people who are admitted to a hospital for some illness or injury, they have to borrow. I told the children, they have to borrow money, or sometimes they have to sell their possessions, that is what they have, like gold or some things, or house, land, property, whatever it is, for they have to sell it to pay the expenses of these private hospitals. Again, here in this picture you can see that in rural areas a jeep is often used to serve as a mobile clinic for the patients. Means how we go to the doctors personally, children, what happens here? Here in this jeep only, they carry all the material, required material, and the team of doctors and nurses, they go and to the rural areas and they treat the patients, because they cannot afford and they can't come to a long distance in urban areas. Also you can see here, this is a pregnant lady and she has to travel many kilometers to see a qualified doctor. Like this things are the practical things, means what the things are there we see today. For those who are poor, even illness in the family is a cause of great anxiety and distress. So if someone is ill, so they will go under distress, and what is the worst is that the situation tends to happen again and again. So why these poor people, why they fell ill again and again? Again the same reasons are there. Those who are poor are in the first place undernourished. What is undernourished? They don't get nourished food, good quantity, quality of food. Also these families are not eating as much as they should. They don't get enough quantity of food. They are not provided basic needs, necessities like drinking water, adequate housing, clean surrounding, etc. For water also they have to travel a long distance, and even it is not of drinking quality, means wherever they find water they go and take it for their drinking use also, and therefore are more likely, so they fall ill, isn't it? The expenses of illness make their situation worse. Again first of all they are what we call poor, again they become poor spending this money in the private hospitals. Sometimes it is not only the lack of money that prevents people from getting proper medical treatment. A woman for example are not taken to the doctor in prompt manner. Okay, when woman's health concerns are considered, they are treated as less important than the health of men in the family. See, many times you see that the women, they don't have their breakfast or the things at time. They work and they provide for the men and children in the family, and whatever is their remained food or something, she will have that much only. Many tribal areas have few health centers and they do not run properly. In tribal areas also they have few health centers and they also do not run properly. Even private health services are not available. Here in tribal areas even private health services are not available. Why they are not available? Because these tribal people don't have more money and doctors need more money. So the doctors don't go there and do the treatments. So here in this picture, what can you see children? The government provides this SDG, that is sustainable development goal. Means what you can see, the child is healthy because the mother is also healthy. When we give good food, nourished food to the lady, she can feed good food, means the child will also be healthy. So what can be done? Like this one example was given here. There is a little doubt that health situation of the most people in our country is not good. It is likely responsibility of the government to provide quality health services to all the citizens. So government should provide good quality services for health services to the poor. However, health is much dependent on the basic amenities, school, social conditions of the people. Hence, it is important to work both in order to improve health situations of the people, and this can be done as we have seen this example. Now we are going to see the subtopic, that is Kerala's experience. What they have experienced children, what they did here. In 1996, what the Kerala government did, some of the major changes, what changes it did? See, we found that in rural areas they are not getting sufficient treatment or sufficient health services. They are facing many problems. So what this Kerala did, 40% of the entire state budget. So what was the budget? From that 40% it gave to the panchayats. Okay. Where then what does the panchayat do? It looks after the welfare of the rural area, that is many of the villages it sees. Then what was the good thing of this plan? That they could provide their requirements. This made it possible for the villagers or village people to make sure that proper planning was done for water, food, women's development and education. In this way, there was a good development in food, water, education, isn't it? This means that water supply scheme was checked. The working of schools and Anganwadis. Anganwadis are the nurseries, LKG, UKG schools for small children. Then they ensured that specific problems of the village were taken up. So this was very good thing, that it was working in a very proper way, and the 40% of the budget was taken and given to these panchayats. Health centers were also improved. All of this to improve the situation. Despite these efforts, however, some of the insufficient hospitals beds, not enough doctors remained, and these needed to be addressed. So whatever these things were there, they were taken follow up by the Panchayat Samiti. For more details, you can visit to this website children. Then again, like Kerala, what was again the Costa Rican approach we are going to see. What they did? Costa Rica is considered to be one of the healthiest countries in the Central America. So this Costa Rica, this area or these countries of Central America, they are considered to be the healthiest countries. Why this thing happened? How this change was? The main reason behind this was they can found in Costa Rican constitution. Several years ago, what they did, they took a important decision. These people took a decision and they decided not to have an army. Instead of paying the army, okay, instead of paying the whatever money to this army, they helped the Costa Rican government to spend the money that the army would have used on health, education and other basic needs of the people. So you can see children here, instead of giving or spending this money on the army force, what they decided? They decided to give this money to the government, and the government uses this for the basic needs of the people, that is on health, education and other basic needs of the people. The Costa Rican government believes that a country has to be healthy for its development. So if the country or if the people are healthy, then automatically everything will be developed and pays a lot of attention to the health of its people. So, this Costa Rican government, it pays a lot of attention and importance to the health of the people. The Costa Rican government provides basic services, okay, which basic services and amenities to all Costa Ricans, like it provides safe drinking water, sanitation, nutrition and housing. Automatically, this, if all these basic things are provided in a good way, naturally the health of the people will remain healthy. Healthy education is also considered very important. Fine. Why this health education? Because many children or many uneducated people also, they are unaware of the cleanliness or even they don't know many of the health issues. So, they think that the Costa Rican approach, they gave health education and it was considered very important, and knowledge about health is an essential, as health is an essential part of education at all levels. So, here we can say that how this Costa Rican approach, also Kerala experienced the good things, means what changes they have brought. Then in this we can come to the conclusion that not only this government should provide, or it only can't do all the things, even the people, even the other things also should be considered by the people, means people also should have to work in hand with the government, means it should also help the others, means government to follow all the rules and regulations of the people. Okay, means if it tells that you should boil the water, if some cases are there, it should be done at a proper stage. So, children, let us just recall the things. In this lesson, again we have seen that public and private healthcare services, what are the things, what are the differences in this, why this was not followed, or what things the government is doing in searching or in doing this all things. Also we have seen Costa Rican approach and in Kerala experiences. Then we can come to this points that why these initiatives are to be taken. Okay. So, health condition is the most important thing for the country, for the good things to go on and to continue it. Providing good quality and adequate health to services to all citizens is the responsibility of the government, but government alone cannot do each and everything. It needs some help of the public also. So, improvement in health situations of people depends on the provisions of the basic amenities. So, hence it is necessary to work on both sides, as you told you, basic amenities and also health situations of the people. There are examples which provide an outline to improve the conditions as we have discussed, like Kerala's experience, then Costa Rican's approach we have seen here. How there should be a proper planning for Kerala experience, means how did they use their 40% of the budget to give to this government and to the panchayat, and this panchayat how they used for the education, for health purpose and all. Then we have seen the Costa Rican approach, how the money, what did took the decision that they should not have an army, and instead of using this money or spending this money on the army force, they used this money for the improvement of health, education and all amenities for the government. They spent this money on that. Then we will see some of the words children. What is public, private? Fine. We can say that an activity or service which is provided by the government to its people either directly or by financing provisions of services like hospitals, schools, etc. They are called as public services. So, what are public? Which is run or which the government provides all the things for it from the taxes paid by the public. So, we can say that it is a public. And what is private? An activity or services which is owned and controlled by the private owners. So, here government, it does not have profit orientation, means it is not having profit motto, but here in private we can see that it is an activity or service which is owned and controlled by the private owners. And so, what is their main object? As I told you children, to earn more profit. Then we have to seen one more word or one more PHCS. What it is? It stands for primary health centers, which are also known as public health centers. They are state owned, okay, they are state owned, means the state government owns it, rural health facilities in India. Then RMPs means what it is? It stands for registered medical practitioners. These are registered medical practitioners who are mainly concentrated in rural areas. These all things we have learnt here children. Just go through the lesson once again and you will find that what are the things. So, what do you think that why these changes are there? Why, what things you will implement? Some of the things are there here which you have to see. Okay. Here we can see that an important part of the constitution says it is the duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and to improve the public health. So, here we can see this picture. Also we have seen one more sustainable development goal of that small child and mother. Here also what it is important, that the duty of the state is to raise the level of nutrition, means they should get good nourished food, and what it stand and the standard of living also should be improved of the public health. Also we have seen this glossaries children. You also read these glossaries, public, private. Then what are medical tourists? We have to see this. This refers to the foreigners. This refers to the foreigners who come to this country specifically for medical treatment at hospitals that offer world-class facilities at a lower cost than what they would have to pay in their own countries. So, this medical tourists, they have to pay more even though they are having these facilities. Why do they come here? To get treatment in a low cost. Okay. Then communicable disease, this word you have learnt in science also. These are diseases that spread from one person to another in many ways, such as through water, food, air, etc. So, these are communicable, means it spreads from one person to another. Then OPD, this word you have seen or you have gone through many times whenever you go to the hospitals, isn't it? This is the short form of outpatient department. So, whenever you will go, you will remember outpatient department. This is where people are first brought in and treated in a hospital without being admitted to any special ward, means only we go for the checkup there. Ethics, what is ethics? Moral principles that influence a person's behavior. These are the moral principles, means how to behave, these are taught in this ethics. Then what is generic? Nowadays you are listening this generic medicines and all, isn't it? So, there are many chemicals names for the drugs. Okay. They help in identifying the ingredients, what things are there in that special things or special what we call medicines, they are globally recognized. For example, acetylsalicylic acid is the generic name for aspirin. So, see this aspirin, we listen many times for headache or body pain and all. So, this is its name. So, children, go through this glossary also, read the lesson, and you will get the notes also soon. Thank you.